Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition of World Talks here on TVP World. I'm your host, Benjamin Lee, and please join me and my guest on this next interview. Poland's largest defense expo is underway in Kielce, with over 750 companies displaying cutting-edge military technology. Notably, Poland is increasing its defense budget to 4.7% of GDP by next year. Amid the signing of major contracts, including an airport protection system from a Spanish firm, there's also a push to develop domestic production, such as a planned ammunition factory. Defense Minister Władysław Kosiniak-Kamysz has also emphasized the need for a precise contract, including ongoing negotiations for more K2 tanks from South Korea. Joining us today on TVP World to discuss these developments is General Jarosław Kraszewski, former director of the Armed Forces Supervision Department at the Polish National Security Bureau. Hello, sir, and welcome to TVP World.
Hey, good morning. Good morning.
So I can see in the background that you are currently attending the fair in Kielce. What are some of the things that immediately caught your eye? What are the most memorable things that's happening in the fair right now?
There are a lot of things going on. If you walk around the booths at the MSPO 2024, there are a lot of drones and UAVs. That's the strong need coming from the lessons learned from the Ukraine theater of war. Drones and the UAVs, in my opinion, those two assets are going to be the future of the modern war fighting. We spoke before about costs and drones and UAVs in the nearest future, in my opinion, are going to be cheaper than the traditional equipment like tubes and guns. I mean the rocket missiles launchers, as well as modern howitzers. So if we look at the particular manufacturers, there is a strong support for Ukrainians to deliver them most advanced technologies, which will help to protect the Ukrainian sky and to fight against the Russian targets at the longer distances. This is the main topic, in my opinion, of this year's exhibition in Kielce.
All right. One of the development this year is that Poland is set to spend 4.7% of GDP in defense next year. Why is there such a significant increase, and how do you assess the current state of Polish military equipment?
First of all, everybody knows that Poland is a front country. We are the external border between Russian Federation, Belarus, and NATO and the European Union. This is why Poland has to invest a lot of money on the defense purposes, because we are the first. We are the first to protect EU and NATO against any type of aggression which would come, hopefully not, from the eastern flank. This is why, as a first priority, previous and the current governments emphasized that we need to have modern equipment which is standardized with NATO and with European Union. Secondly, we are exchanging the post-Soviet equipment, which is unfortunately still in use in the Polish armed forces, to have most advanced technologies and most advanced equipment, military equipment, to have technological advance if we compare our combat power with Russian Federation. Those are the main 2 points that the Polish government has to meet in the near future. Of course, as you know, the implementation of new equipment is not a matter of weeks, it's not a matter of months. It takes time, unfortunately. And we are, in my opinion, we are in the middle of the way to meet the aims. I mean, those 2 points what I have mentioned. And in, let's say, 2-5 years, all the contracted equipment will be in use in Polish Armed Forces.
All right, you mentioned that expansion does take time, and it is a lengthy process that Poland needs to go through before these come into fruition. What are some of the challenges in rapidly expanding the military while securing these precise and well-financed contracts? Do you think that the speed at which Poland is expanding its armory might have some implications for how it's being financed, how it's being negotiated?
Negotiations normally takes time. It's not a matter of 2 or 5 meetings between the manufacturer and the client. Right now, the modern battlefield goes up to the sky because we need to have a lot of equipment like satellites to give the communication, to give the imagery, intelligence, and to track friendly forces. We also we are on the process basically to increase our air defense capabilities. This is why Poland are closing the programs, not closing, finishing the programs of Wisła, which is about the Patriot systems. NARS, which is by the Polish and British equipment, which makes the air defense much stronger, as well as you know, Poland is capable to manufacture MPAs. Like Pierun, which is very famous basically due to the situation in Ukraine. And this is the very first priority. The second priority, in my opinion, is digital communication, because we need to have, as a combatant commanders, we need to have the access to intel information, the location of the targets, potential targets, in the time which is so close to real time. It's doable if you are equipped with the digital communication. The third priority is about UAVs and drones. But, we are trying to do so together with anti-drone equipment, because Russians, they are using a lot of drones, mostly the Shahed-type drones, and to protect our troops against such attacks, we have to equip them with the modern advanced anti-drone systems. Of course, everybody knows that land forces is a key element of armed forces, and land forces do the most difficult and most dangerous job in the combat operations. This is why our country has been investing a lot of money in field artillery, as well as very famous tanks, which are so mandatory during the modern warfare.
All right. There's a major contract set to be signed with the Spanish firm for airport defense systems. This is said to be one of the biggest contracts that Poland will be signing. Can you tell us some of the details and what's the importance for that in Polish security?
It's so important because, as you know, we are using the F-16s, and the first F-35 has been manufactured to Polish Air Force, and this type of combat jets will be implemented in our structure in the next couple of years. We have to build up the key elements of critical infrastructures like air bases and airports. And moreover, such types of critical infrastructure is the first priority for the enemy to destroy it. This is why we have to invest a lot of money in protection elements for the air bases and the airfields, as well as mentioned before by myself, systems which gives the protection against the drones and UAVs. And this contract will increase dramatically in the positive way of thinking our capabilities to operate with the air forces. As you know, air forces will give us the capability to conduct the deep strikes and the deep operations, which are so important in each phase of combat operations. So this is why the government has decided positively to negotiate the contract with the Spanish manufacturer.
All right, so Poland has been purchasing a lot of foreign equipment, but we do also see that the defense minister wants to reach a 50% domestic production. What challenge do you foresee in balancing these imports with Poland's goal to Polonize defense sector?
That's a very good point you have raised up. And in my opinion, the balance is between we have contracted a lot of assets and we have to be capable to manufacture the ammunition, because such equipment like howitzers, launchers, tanks, APCs without ammunition are just useless. And there is a right now debate and some efforts conducted by the government together with the PGZ. PGZ is a Polish armament group, the largest one, and the private companies to build a new factories capable to deliver appropriate numbers of missiles and artillery shells to the troops. Lessons learned from Ukraine show that we need a lot of artillery ammunition. Russians can shoot like 60,000 rounds a day, which is unbelievable. It's an extremely huge number of shells shot per 1 day. And if we build up a new factories capable to deliver such numbers of ammunition, that would be great. And we have to talk with companies, foreign companies, about the offset programs. And offset is one part of negotiations. And offset helps a lot to position the Polish defense industry at the highest ranking position if we are talking about the European capabilities and the worldwide capabilities regarding the defense industry. And I'm so happy that the government puts a lot of efforts, underlines the necessity to have an offset portion of negotiations, and the offset goes directly to the Polish defense industry. Of course, besides the ammunition, we are so good in artillery production, very famous Trump howitzer, very famous mortar, which is one of the models around the globe. We are so good in the air defense NEMPAS. We are so good in optical and devices for reconnaissance and intelligence. And we are also good in fire control system and electronic solutions for the high advanced technologies used by the Armed Forces. So we should have a very strong industry portion of Polish economy in the next, let's say, 2-3 years.
Right. Thank you so much for your input and insight. That was really comprehensive when it comes to Polish defense. Really appreciate it. Thanks for being with us on TVP World.
No problem at all. Thank you so much for the invitation.
Pleasure. Thanks. And thank you for watching this edition of World Talks. But for more news, update, and commentary, please stay tuned to TVP World.